Good morning everyone. Today we're going to continue from where we stopped and build a good page that to show, even if you don't do nothing yet, at least a page that says coming soon. Before we continue, let's see what softwares I'm using. I'm using Notepad++. Who doesn't know how to use the Notepad++? You just go to the internet, write Notepad++, you download Notepad++, and you just download straight away the software. And it's a simple software, just next, and it's very simple to install. And after you will have this one. Now who doesn't want to use Notepad++ still can use the Notepad, but you will not have these numbers here, and this minus is here, that when you close the stuff you will see more clearly. For the beginning it's not useful, not necessary, and not much useful to have, but more you go over and growing the software and the pages and this and that, you will surely will need it. And even when we're going to for more the advanced programming, we're going to even have a different program than Notepad++, but for the basic stuff we're just going to use Notepad++. Now what you're seeing on the screen is a simple HTML file, and you see why it's HTML file, because it's .html. Now let's start talking what they are the tags of the HTML. Now what their tags are, when you open and close, that is a tag. And we're going to see there is every time when you open you have to close it. Now this one is not actually needed for the document to work, so we can just write hi and it comes outside like we did in the first video. But if you want a real structure of website, of a page, you need to start making a real structure. Now when you have an exams, or you have other people working as a team, or you working with a company, they normally work with a structure, and you have to read the structure, what they want to do, and you follow them. Now let's see what the first line means. If you go to W3 School, here is the definition of W3 School, and it's saying it's HTML5 type. Now we have HTML5. Before HTML5 we had HTML4. Both you can use, it means you don't need to worry about it a lot. But let's see how it was written before in HTML4, and this is how it was written before. Now if you're seeing, you can write it capital, small, capital, not capital, both capital letters, first letter, big letter, and after small. You can write them how you want. HTML doesn't care about that stuff, so it's good you will know about it. Another thing to know, that this is an HTML, and that is closing, this is the header, and we're going to have here links, methods, tags and stuff that they are referent to the document, and here it's the content of the pages, and it's going to be normally in the body, and that is normally what it's going to be useful. Now HTML, it's just to make the structure of the page. After, in the future, we will start using even CSS to make it styling, to make it even better, but we're going to move step by step. But till now it's enough this one. Let's start by building something from it. Now let's start examining the page. How I told you, here there is the H, and this one is going to be like boxes. I'm going to go again back to the W3 School so I can show you more better example. And if you see, the big box is HTML. After that you have a smaller box inside, that is the header, starting and ending every time with a slash, body to body, starting, finish, H1 to H1 again, but open, closing, every time open and closing. Now let's start adding some HTML tags. So this one we can keep it here, the tag, main tag, and this one we're not going to talk about today, but in the future we will explain where it actually this one, and we make even more. But for now let's run this page and show you what it has and so on. Now if you write here, you have title of this document, so this tag here, we will go more in depth what we can put inside this header here, but for now let's start using only title. So what we wrote here, it goes here, and what we wrote here, it came here. Now doesn't mean what you put everything in the bodies will come here. If I put hi 2 and you run here, it come hi 2 and hi. So if here I make A and here I make B, BA, it doesn't care if you put them here. This is like more like as a container that shows what's supposed to be here, but and now because we are the modern HTML5 doesn't even bother. HTML4 was before, in the old age, maybe it gives more problem, but now not anymore. So but it's good for practice to use them, but if you don't want to use them, you don't need to use them if you are going to make your own only projects. So let's remove them so we will not confuse no one, and we will make a basic HTML. And if I write example again here, hi, and I make graph and it comes hi. So but let's say if I want to make 2 lines and I want to make hi mark. Now hi mark, it's going to come here in 1 line, hi mark. For making another line, I need to write a tag called BR and a slash, and now it's going to go to next line. If we can start by writing some tags like H1 to H6, it's the basic tags. Now this one's, if you're going to see, it has H1 to H6 is smaller. This one's they use mostly H1. Example, they used it for the title, H2 for the subtitle, and so on. For the paragraph of, if you're going to type something, mostly they use a TP tag. Example, it's going to come a normal P. If you notice, the P is almost in 5 and 4 on between here. But let's make more than that now. Let's say why these ones they don't go near each other. If you make a normal another different tags like P and underline and these things, let's see what will happen. This is going to be coming bold, this one will come underlined. You see, bold, italic, underlined. Now this ones they don't meant down like the P. His attribute has little bit from it. It has padding, they called it. Some tags has some functionality with it, like size. If you see from H1 to H6 have different sizes, have padding. It means like a BR itself. So some of them has, some of them don't have. With practice you will know which one doesn't have and which one would have. But slowly, if we're going to build this project together, you will learn them easily by practice, and with me, because we're going to do them all, the one that's useful but for this project. Now if you notice here, let's see if this tree, if we can combine some tags together, because this is one tag alone, starting and ending, starting and ending, they are in one. Let's make them joined now and see how they react to each other. If you noticed, what I did is here it is bold and here not. From here to here is bold and this part no, but it's in the same line, you see. Italic, underline. Here example, I make the mistake, there is no space. Let's fix that. You see, we fix some stuff. Here we make even a break line in the middle of the paragraph and it came more smoothly. That is what we can learn from the basic of the HTML. But let's start making some lists, because this is all we're going to use them in our first page. This is I'm teaching it right now. Like this one is going to have bullet forms. Look at it. And another one different, but this is going to show you some differences with numbers. So now what I can show you, that we can even make inside the list, we can make another list. Now to don't confuse where it is, we can make one tab to make it even for us to see it, but it doesn't make. Let's try it without it, so you can see without it, it doesn't make a difference for code coding, you see. But if you want to see it when you are writing the code, it's good to practice like this. So now let's analyzing what we wrote. This one is the main tag and this is the list of the tag inside. And if you go to W3 School, there is a lot of numbers and this practicing, and you have a lot of things you can show. A simple one thing to write, a normal thing to important say to you is comments. Now the comments doesn't show in the Word, but it's good for you to, you see, it didn't come. It's good to know about it. Now let's make some image that we can start making the coming soon page, because this is the only thing we will need, mostly we need. Now another point, let's start making some one error at least to I show you some maybe what we can happen if you have some errors. Now you see here there is all different formats and this thing. One problem you can have, that it's mostly common, that is the reason we use the Notepad++. Let's say one it shows very well. You see this B, it's bold and it's here. So this is bold, and from here to here they are not bold. But if the starting and the ending, the starting tag, and we don't make the end tag, and we remove the tag, if you notice here it came all red, because that is the starting of the B and it finished with the end without stopping. So if we save this document and we refresh, it came all bold. Why? Because from here to the end it's all bold, we told him. but we don't want that, we want till here, so we need to make /b to make him stop there. Now if you make it big and small, it's not a big deal. You see, it changed, but I like to make it, if I start with big, I will continue with big, so this is how I'm used to it. But if you notice, it doesn't have different problem. Now let's start by making the image, but in the same time we will start making even the website. What I'm going to do, I'm going to remove all this because we don't need it anymore, and we will make the image. How I said that we have to remove all the text, so let's start by removing the text. This text, I'm going to save it all in the website in the future, so you can copy and paste immediately, so don't worry about it. Now like that we removed all the text, and we will put the tag image. Now this tag image, if we refresh it, it doesn't give us no data. For starting to give us some data, we need to go and put an image. Now I'm going to show you that from where to get free images. Now you say I can go to Google and write image and I find any image that I want, but if you're going to make your own project, yes, it's possible. But if you're going to make it in the real website and you want to show it to people and you want to make a project, you can't use other people's pictures. For using a picture, you need to go to a website that gives you a free websites of free pictures, and one of the websites that I use mostly often is Pixabay. This is the website that mostly I use every day for getting pictures for my work, and I use it often because it's free. I have other websites that I can get money from, but because we're going to make a free as possible budget, we will try to make it for free, and it's not useful too much to make a fancy coming soon website. So what we're going to do is we're going to write coming soon, and we are searching for an image. This one's very nice, right? Let's use this one. Yeah, let's use that one. I click it. Now if you click here, this is advert. Let me go back, I want to show you something. 1, 2, 3, they are advert from this website. They have a lot of nice web pages, pictures, this one, but this one is with money. If you use them, they can sue you if you don't pay them. So I'm going to use this, I'm going to start downloading, it's good size, and download. I'm not a robot, and I downloaded. This is the photo, good. Now it automatically goes to my desktop mine. So because it's on the desktop and this page is not on the desktop, I have to first put this one in the desktop too. So let me do that quickly. Now it's on the desktop. I'm going to open it again to the desktop. Now we can continue. Now, because of it's on the desktop, what we can do is we have the full name of the image, and is this, but we need to write even the extension of it. If not, it doesn't work. Let's try it. and it didn't work. No, wait. Oh, okay, because I'm using the old one. Now, let's put it back and size this one. I was using the one of the file, not of the desktop. That is the reason. Now, if you notice, it's very big because this is the original size. Before we continue explaining you why, I want to explain you that starting and ending tags. So let's say this is h1, that is a starting tag, they call it. Okay, and we're going to put I don't know, let's make it the correct title so that we will start seeing good data. Mala h1 egg, and we're going to close it with h1. Okay, save, and there is the title here. I want to make it capital P, capital C, and IT capital 2 to make it more nice. Yeah, it becomes more professional, our project. Now, one thing, now the coming soon is very big, how we said before. So how we going to fix it? For fixing it, we need to tell him the width and the height, but before that, this is the tag, because most of the time I'm going to tell you this is tag, this is tag. Now we're going to make an attribute. This is an attribute. By force you have to do this attribute to make an image, but other attributes, they are not necessary by force you do them. Like example, this one here, alt. Now alt, when you go on the image, it shows what is written here. Now let's save, but before let's make coming soon text. So I refresh, and here it doesn't show, but for blind people or when the image is not working, I can show you right now. I will delete the image, refresh, and you see coming soon. So that one is useful for when the image is not available and for blind people. So sometimes it's good to do it. So I put it back from the recycle bin. It came. Now let's make an image size. Now what I wrote is style width 500, height 600. Just a normal, just any size. And then it work. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I forgot semicolon is there. Now, if you're seeing the image is squashed, why? Because I told him the width and the height. What I like to do, don't spoil the image, or I know actually the size and I put the original size, but a nice trick that you don't need to do that is removing the height. And if I remove the height, look at what happened. It comes actually the correct size of the width, but the height is adjusted automation. So like that, it's more cute, for my opinion. But if you want it squashed, you can leave it squashed. What we can do even, and that one, it's one of my favorite for the coming soon, we make percentage. Like if I make 100%, the width will be 100%. So it's going to be nice and better. Or just for testing environment so you can see more things that you can do. Instead of 100% image, I'm making it 70. So I'll show you what will happen. 70% will make it 70% of the size of the screen, like this. So, but it moves one side. So for making it center, we need to make a little bit more advanced coding, and we're going to start using by CSS. For we start using CSS, we need style tag, and this is style tag and end tag, and here you put the CSS code. Normally outside here it's or HTML, but when we put this box here, inside this box have to put only now CSS. Now let's start by moving some text. Now this, what it's going to do is, because we have a tag is called h1, we're going to put the text alignment to center. So this text goes to alignment to center. Let's see what will happen. And it moved center, that one only. For moving an image, it's a little bit more complicated than that, but we can still move it. And this is called image. This is the tool style. The image is a box. It's a dynamic one. If without it doesn't work. And margin left and right auto to make it automation the image. And refresh the page. Oh, I forgot to save. Refresh the page and it came in the center. If you noticed, when we enlarge it, it enlarges automatically the image alone because it's percentage, obviously. Now, what we're going to put down, let's write some text down. Sometimes though you can visualize what you want to do, text or think, it's good to design it in a different, what example we want to make some text down. So before I typed straight away in the coding, sometimes it's good to write it in a Word document or somewhere, so you can see what you want to do. Like example, I want to do this paragraph and after this bullet forms, some capital, some underline maybe or something. We can align it and we can from here to there we can copy only. Obviously we need to transform it into HTML code. So for doing that, first thing I'm going to do is, here is the title, here's the image, so we need to put it under the image. So let's copy and paste all the text, and it comes like this. If we press save and we upload it and we refresh the page, it means it comes like this, but we don't want it like this. We want, for example, the bullet form to be all in one place, but in bullet forms. And after this one we need to have a space here, but there is no space here. So for doing that, we need, this is going to have a paragraph, so let's start making a paragraph, and here we're going to end the paragraph. This one, another paragraph, so we make again another paragraph. Save and we see what will happen. Up and up. Now, because you see we wrote P here, alignment to center, and it came alignment to center. Now this ones we want to make bullet forms, right? For doing a bullet form, we already learned how to do it. So we make UL here, and here we close the UL. Each one of these has to have an I. I'm going to copy it. And here I have to have closing nicer, and it comes like this, and here is the align. We enlarge it to see how it's going to happen. Yep, and it's going to come text like this. Now what we can do for making it better, what we can do is using tables. Let's start by making a small table and build by the table. Now for building a table you need to write open tag table, and how you already going to know, you need to close the table. Now inside the table you have to have a simple code that is going to tell you starting the table, and it's going to be tr and close tr. Now like this we can make a, let's start with a, b and c. Save and see what will happen. And ABC came here, and you're seeing it's near each other, and we didn't do them near each other, right? So we need to tell the computer that our table we want to use from here to here 100%. So I'm going to write style with 100%. And like this, nothing happened. Now to troubleshoot what is happening, we need to make some borderline. For making a borderline to see what is actually happening and seeing what is the mistake is happening. And I'm going to make border 1 solid black, and after that one we'll remove it after we finish, because it will not come nice. And the tape, you see, TR is here and it's not coming inside the table. And why is that? Because we did a mistake here. We wrote TR and we forgot to write the D. That one is for the header, and after we have the D for the down one. Now I'm seeing one extra corner. Okay, so this one. So if we refresh and it's coming inside. If you notice, the border came here and we are not seeing the drill there inside. So what we can do to see them, if we make like this and we remove this one, we don't need it for now. We can see what will happen now. And we crashed it because we forgot to make that symbol. You see, here it's not happening because this is a box like the table. But if we put the same thing inside the TH, it's going to show inside, you see, a box inside a box. And if we put the TT and the T, save, and it comes 3 of them. Now this one we don't need them, but just to show you where are the boxes. Now why we did it like this? That's to show you that we can make it this way, vertical, and we can make it even horizontal. I'm going to put this one down, this one here. You see, this one we had only one. Inside the row. Now I'm going to put 3 inside the row. 1, 2, 3. And like this we can see it. Just for now, let's make the CSS story. We can see at least the lines, and I make like this to see, we can see the lines, all of them, because like this we are not understanding what is happening. No, this one no, we don't need this one. So we can have 3 equally sided. Now we don't even need this one anymore, because we already have it up, right? Good. And now we refresh and we can see what we can do. Now we want to put all this data inside this table. This one we need to put it here. You say this and this and this, they are not equal, like for this size. We need this one 70%, and this is remaining goes to here. So what we can do is make this second box 70% width, and that is 70% width now. So like that we don't have any issues, right? Now what we can do to, if you notice, if we want to make these 3 boxes here, these 3 boxes here, we need every time to copy and write like this. So the A, we're going to have another A here, B, A, and another C here. So for solving having a lot of code here, we can tell it this box here, A, and C, will join to one box. So like that we'll have less code. For doing that, we can do, before that, let's make the A as one whole. You tell me there is a useful? No, just I wanted to show, just to show you what we can build with it. Because this is going to be useful, let's make another one inside, and we're going to remove this and this. So now if you see, we have again see, A is D is alone, and the other ones, they are not alone. Now let's make them all together now, so it has the 3 spaces. Now we need to write 3 here, expand to this way, no, 4. Let's see 4 what will happen, and this is expanding to 3. See? Now this one goes this way, and if we make column expand, it goes the opposite side, you see, and it took all the space of the 3. Okay, so that one we can use it as a title. Now the title we can copy this title here, delete it, and make it here, and we can save, and you see the title went good. Now, how we said this AAA here and C, we want to, instead of writing it every time, we wish to make it one time to have less problem. As you saw before, we use the row. So what we can do, we can put the row here and we write 3 and it goes down, suppose. Yes, it went down. Now here this A we can delete it, and this C we keep it because we need it short still. Here again on the other side, here we don't need to have anything, so we can put it here. This one you don't need it too. You see, it came one big square here, one big square here, and one big square here, and the small ones here, the 70%. So this ones we can remove it and remove it, so it will come every time empty, and because we don't need to put stuff in it. Now instead of the B, what we're going to do is the image, so we cut the image, cut it and put it here. Now it's going to happen something strange, that the image came smaller than 70%. Let's put it up here and see the difference. This is bigger and this is smaller. The reason why it is smaller is because we set to it to goes to 70%, but 70% of the width of the box. Before it was a width of the browser, now it's a 70% of our box we had here. So that 70% width, we don't need it anymore of the image. The reason is because we are making it from the table now. So like that we solved the problem of the width, but now it's going to happen another strange thing. It came bigger because we removed the 70% and it goes by default by its own size. So instead of making it 70%, we need to make it 100%, and like that we solve the problem. No, like this we didn't solve the problem. For actually solving the problem, you have to tell the image to go to 100%. So this is the width of the box, and this is the width of the image. So inside here we need to write 100%, and like this is supposed to work. Okay, good. Now the text is, the image is done. Now we can remove the image from here to make it goes more up. Now this text we need to put it in another box. Let's leave the P and see what will happen. And it came more neat, right? Now instead of the C, we're going to write the other paragraph. Save. Now this one, it didn't come nice because it's in the center. Let's put this one in the left. Inside it will be here. Now there's two ways to do it, or we make them both left by changing this one from center to left, or we change only this one to left, and by doing that we need to write the code style, the text alignment, and left. Save, and it's moved this way. Now let's make the bullet form. Now copy again this one, there. This one we don't need it, not that one we need. Now just we need to cut this one and paste it here. Save, and it goes here. Why? It went there. The reason it went there because we count, you see, 1, 2, 3, and up here we wrote 3. For moving it one side, we need this box to come one more big, so it comes 4 here and 4 here. Save, and voila. And like this is pretty good for a starting blog. I'm seeing this one is too much tight from here and here. What you can do is make an empty box. Now, how to make an empty box? We can copy this one and put it inside here and remove this text. We don't need it. We can make it in one line because it's not useful to use it. And we can make like this, and obviously we spoiled it. Why? Remember, this box here needs to be 4, now it has to be 6. It still has another one. Save, and like that it worked. And like that has a space here and space here. Now you're seeing a lot of lines right now, but when we're going to remove this one, you will see what will happen. And like that came more nicer to look like. For now it's enough to keep it like this. Always you can improve it, and by little you can improve it. Now what we're going to do now, we're going to switch off the coding for now and upload it to the website. For uploading the pages, what you can do is 2 things. One, you can go to the server and upload it from the server. But what I like more, I like to use the software FileZilla. Now FileZilla is a platform that you can tell him to come to the server to tell you, to give you a specific path and gives you only access to that path. Now I like to give my clients that path only because they can upload their own data as they wish. This is the file that we did before. If you notice, there is the index.html. Now that index.html is the main page that we did before. Wait, it didn't come. And it is coming. Wait a minute. Having issues with this doubles. And this is what we have right now. And we want to transform it into this. What we need to do, first we need to have the 2 documents, the HTML file and the image. Now the image we can still start uploading it straight away, but the HTML file, because we wrote 01, this is going to be the first video, we need to change it to index.html. The reason being is the index page is the home page. So what did you put inside the index? You see, it's going to tell me to overwriting it, and I'm going to accept. And because I overwrite it, now this page, when I refresh it, is going to come my code. And that is just it for now. Now for now, till we finish the project, everyone is going to see this page, and we can work inside here without no one is watching and no one is going to know what we are doing before the time it's ready. Obviously you guys, you're going to have the know the path, so if I tell you /test example, everyone is going to know that is the folder that we are working, and everyone can see step by step what we are doing. Thank you for watching this tutorial of coming soon page, and I hope that you learned something from it. Thank you for watching. See you next time.